And this is the Upset Alert of the Top 25 presented by Sprint. I'm Tommy Tran. Joining me always is Brady Quinn. So, Brady, if I ask you the Top 25 program on Upset Alert, what program is it?
Unfortunately, I think it could potentially be Central Florida. Now, I think this is a good football team. I don't know if I actually foresee it happening, but I think it's the best chance because short week on the road. You got to go to Cincinnati, a tough physical football team. Luke Fickell's done a tremendous job building up this program. Maybe a little bit of a revenge game because of what's happened in the past. And also keep in mind, you got a true freshman quarterback in Dillon Gabriel playing for UCF. This is probably one of the more difficult opponents, I think, within the AAC. So if I'm looking at a potential upset, UCF, you're on Upset Alert.
And the one loss that they have this year was at Pitt. That was on the road where UCF was down. They came back, had the lead, and then lost it again. On the other side with Cincy, and a lot of people maybe stopped paying attention after their game with UCLA and their game with OSU, with Ohio State. What challenges does that team pose to UCF?
Well, I think it's overcoming the perception of this team, after that loss to Ohio State. When they beat UCLA, you weren't really sure how good UCLA is. You weren't really sure how good Cincinnati was. One thing you could tell, though, they were physical up front, in particular on both sides of the football. Then they got to Ohio State, and that game wasn't even competitive. I think a lot of people were surprised considering FAU at least put up a fight week one versus Ohio State. So it was a bad look for Cincinnati. It was a bad look for Luke Fickell. And I think since that standpoint, they've rebounded. So now this is about, as much as it is perception, I also think it's about respect, too, and Cincinnati getting back to where I think they feel like they should be in the AAC.
All right, this game, about a field goal is what the Vegas odds makers have it, and they do expect a high-scoring game. The over-under about 60.5 points.